Good morning, beloved saints. I wanted to share something with you. I talked to my son, and I say this to a lot of people, but I always say don't envy what other people have. Don't want to be like someone else. It's good to let somebody inspire you, but be the best you can be. You're not competing with other people. There's nobody you have to beat. Now competition can be healthy if it inspires you to achieve things, but you should never try to be someone else. That you should strive to be the best you can be because you're the only one God made like you. No one is going to be better at being you than you. And we have a label for everything now. Like I have a high verbal IQ. I'm a gifted child, but I also have ADHD, right? Whereas back in the day, it'd have been, she just talks really fast and she can do a lot of things at once, and she's super smart, right? But now it's, I have this and you're that. Or, you know, that, that person's, she's got OCD. She's always cleaning her house. No, she's a neat and tidy person. She's organized. It's like now it's like there's a label for everything and everything's a disorder. No, there's a variety. Now we can break them down. We can turn them into disorders. You can take any quality someone has, any attribute, and make it a negative. Because when we take things too far in any direction, it's never good. That's why like everything is in moderation, including moderation itself. Every now and then you want to go a little far in happiness, and it's just a little far and come on back. So, but because life is never just like even keel, right? So be you. Don't I wish I could do that. If it's not something you can learn and it's something you'd like to do, then learn it. But don't ever want to be someone else. You'll never be them better than them, and they will never be you. And God has a specific purpose for our personalities, for how we look, for whatever things we'd consider a disability. See, I see God using all kinds of these things that are flaws. We're in a fallen world. It's not perfect any longer. But I see how God can use these things for good. And so whatever it is that you have, where I'm not pretty enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm too heavy, I'm too thin. Some of these things, if they're dealing with your health, deal with them. Get better at that. You can improve. But don't ever want to be someone else. And don't look at them and go, well, they got it. You don't know what people have. You don't know. I wouldn't trade the peace I have knowing there's nothing anyone can do to me but take this physical life and send me to glory. Like, that is the worst thing. So there's a peace in that, knowing that God has my back, my life is in His hands, and just like I am, everything that shaped me in my life, God can use. And so whatever we have that we're equipped with, now I'm not saying don't try, don't strive, don't set goals, but go with it because we never know what God has for us. And don't wish to be someone else. Be the only you that is ever going to exist is right now you. The way your face looks, the way you're structured, the way you think, everything, your personalities, your talents, what you're not good at. I'm not good at things that require attention spans for really long amounts of time. I have to be doing 5 different things. Like I can handle production. I can be on a movie set, 70 departments. No problem, doesn't bother me. But if you tell me to sit down and look at these numbers all day and everything's very specific, I'd lose my mind. I would. But there are people that have that personality that are brilliant at that kind of stuff. I'm really good at creative stuff. I'm a good artist. I can do very good charcoal portraits. I'm I'm good at that kind of thing, but I'm not good at other stuff. There's a lot of things that I'm not good at, and there's some things I've been equipped with. And that's exactly how I'm supposed. Not going to be another person that looks like me, thinks like me, has been through what I've been through, has my talents and my things that people may consider negative, or even I do. Doesn't matter. I'm me, and nobody can be me better than me. And nobody can be you. Do you understand how unique you are? This is another reason why I'm so affected by pregnancy termination. I don't want to say the word. Because I believe, like it is, a heritage of the Lord, and that every life has purpose. And they're unique individuals, even in their very structure and DNA. So don't hate who you are. Don't wish to be someone else. Don't get down on yourself. Well, I'm not good at that like they are. That's them. That's not your path. I want to do what he does. No, do what God has for you to do. So I want to look at this psalm. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's a really long one. But it's Psalm chapter 139, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. This is God foreknowing us before we're born. Thou knowest my downsitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. And I say all the time, there's no need for me to act to God like I'm not mad. Sometimes I get mad, and I have talked to him and say, I'm really mad at you, God, because I don't understand this. And I know that it's you're sovereign, and I've got limited knowledge here, and it doesn't seem right to me, and I need to understand. And I don't believe he's mad at me. He knows how I feel anyway. Why would I not just come to him and be honest? Thou compass my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. You, as an individual, he made you that way. That we should not be comparing ourselves to others. We can look at others and be inspired by what they've done and what they've come against. But we should never desire to be someone else. God made each one of us very specifically. And then our lives and our choices and the people we run into and chance has all shaped us. And there'll never be another one just like you. It's amazing. For there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Lord, thou knowest it altogether. Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hands upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it. Like these thoughts are like mind-blowing. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Whither shall I flee from thy presence? That's the actual context of a fool says in his heart there is no God. It's not referring to atheism. It's actually referring to those that think God doesn't see something and they're not going to answer for it. If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. And the word there is Sheol. It's not burning of fire. It's a grave. If I make my bed in the grave, or Sheol, which could also have been considered to be the underworld or the dwelling of the dead. It wasn't a place of torment. It was just a place of the dead. It was just the underworld, the grave. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee, but the night shineth as the day, and the darkness and the light are both alike to thee. For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right Well, my substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect. And in thy book all my members were written, my hands, my fingers, your body, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there were none of them. How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God! How great is the sum of them. Do you see this? If you study even the human body and each cell in it and the amazing mechanics and biological machines each cell is and how they communicate, we really are fearfully and wonderfully made. And scientists in the 1800s, like Darwin, they really had a minimal understanding. They thought the cells are just little blobs or something. They are so complex and are coded and have, I think there's a verse that he puts intelligence in my innermost parts. Like my body knows instinctively what to do. If I get a cut, it starts gathering, sending information out. Hey, we need to repair this. And then new cell things are sent to a cell to tell it you need to regenerate skin for this particular body part. It's amazing. It's just amazing. And these little things, they're almost like legs. They'll like grow and cause the thing to walk to the other side of the cell to deliver what amino acids it needs to build it. It's just amazing, guys. So this body is amazing. God knew us before we were even, formed. He's outside of time. So he's got a purpose for each one of us. And he knew us. And he knows us. So don't want to be anybody else. Because you are the best you anybody could ever be. God bless you guys.